to start our show. We'll go ahead and pull that up, and we'll get rocking and rolling this morning. Take a look at what's going on in the market.
The new Black Wall Street. Do it right, build wealth, live life, economic empowerment, real tips, insight on the new Black Wall Street. It's on the new Black Wall Street. It's your host.
All right, well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thanks so much for tuning in to the new Black Wall Street Money and Power. This is ERGJ, certified financial educator and founder of the new Black Wall Street today. Of course, it's 3/16. This is Thursday. We'll be talking about what's going on in the market, things that you need to know as we move into Thursday. And so this episode is going to be brought to you by Wesley Learns to Invest. This is the first comic book. It's Black authored for kids to teach your kids about investing. That's right. Wesley Learns to Invest by Royal Financial Investment Group and our good old friend Prince Dykes. And so he is giving us the opportunity to distribute his book and to make people aware that there is a book that teaches children about investing. And so you want to have this on your shelf. You want to have this in your library. Allow your children, your grandchildren to learn about investing at an early age. And this is a great book to do so. It's got illustrations. It goes through and Wesley learns a little bit more about investing. So Wesley Learns to Invest. You can give us a call at 678-851-2400. You can also go to the website, www.ergj.net, in order to get your book. Or you can just give us a call and we'll get that thing ordered for you and sent out to you. Now, we do have a couple of offers that we want to make you aware of today as we begin to, as people start to trickle in and we begin our show. We do have a session today for investing in Bitcoin. So as you may know, we are moving to a cashless society. So I think it's prudent upon us to learn about this digital currency. And if you're interested in learning about Bitcoin, an introduction to Bitcoin will be tonight. You have until 6 p.m. to register for that class. That's going to be available to you until 6 p.m. And then on Saturday is what I really, really love. We're going to have our Kids Vest class where we're going to invest in your children and teach them about money. There's going to be a class for elementary and middle school students from 4th to 8th grade, and we're going to teach them about the cash flow quadrants. How many of you guys wish that you would have learned about the cash flow quadrants when you were in the 4th grade? Well, guess what? We don't have to play the I wish game anymore. We provide our children with the opportunity to learn about money at an early age. So you want to get your child signed up for that class this Saturday so they can learn about money. They can learn about cash flow quadrants and how different ways in which you earn money determines how much money you make and also how much money you keep. Because depending on how you make it has a lot to do with how many taxes you pay on it as well. And so that is what we're going to be going on this week. Today, again, Bitcoin, and then on Saturday, Kids Vest to teach your children about money. But of course, today is all about money and the power. Money is nothing more than economics. That's going to be the cash flow. Everybody put in the comments below cash flow. And power is going to be your politics or your legislation. That's going to be your cash rules. So you got cash flow and you have cash rules. And I believe that we need to do more, have more conversations about the cash flow, have more conversations about cash rules in this capitalistic society in which upon we live. But hey, let's get right into what we got going on today, what's going on in the market with our quick market recap. Let's take a look at what happened yesterday in the market. Yesterday, the Dow Industrial Average was up 112 points, so it did a little recovery. NASDAQ was up 43 points, and S&P 500 was up 19 points. So some good news came from, oh, wow. I see something new I want to talk about. Good news came from the market as it relates to, I guess there was a big Fed meeting, and they actually did raise rates, which shows a sign of strength for our economy. They raised it by 1/4 point. So we're going to talk about a little bit what that does for you as a home buyer, what kind of impact that might have. But Fitbit was up 2% yesterday. Southwest American Airlines, they recovered by 2% yesterday. Macy's is still going down the drain. Twitter still going down the drain. I don't know what they're going to do to recover, but they're on their way down. Yesterday was a big day for Southwest Energy Company. They were up 5%. Newmont Mining Company, which is a gold mining company, they was up 5.25%. Freeport was up. Harley Davidson was up. Transocean was up 4%. Transocean is an oil rigging company. Harley Davidson, obviously motorcycles. Losers for yesterday, Macy's was down. Just mentioned that. AutoZone, O'Reilly's were both down. Discover Financial were down as well. So something going on with these auto parts stores. They were down both 2% yesterday. Now, taking a look at some of our key metrics. Oil is currently trading at $49.34 a barrel. So it bumped up just a little bit from its $48 price tag yesterday. Gold is trading at $12.24 an ounce. That's up 2% since yesterday. Silver, 1746 an ounce. That's up 3.14% yesterday. So just in one day, silver moved 3%, which is a good sign if you are a silver investor or precious metals investor. The price of your metal just went up. Now, as far as our emotion in the market, the volatility index, we're looking at right now we're sitting at a 53, which is neutral. So the market isn't fear nor greedy right now. So a good time to be looking at the market, seeing where it's going to go. This is basically like a hold signal, but there could be some diamonds in the rough that you might want to take advantage of, as it looks like we're going to be moving back towards greed, because the signs from yesterday with the Fed meeting were positive. So investors will probably get back greedy again. Now, over the past 3 months, our sector performance, electronic technology, has been leading the way at 12%. Everything else is under 8%. And the industry laggard, the one that's been lagging or having the toughest time, is going to be energy minerals. Over the past 3 months, they're down 11%. So energy minerals is a good place for you to do some scavenger hunting, to see if you can find some stocks that are on sale that you can buy low. Energy minerals is where you want to be, because we're going to always need energy. Just a matter of when they might be able to turn that around as far as their stock is concerned. So that's a quick look at what happened yesterday as it relates to the market. I did just see that Tesla is looking to raise $1.15 billion as it preps for the Model 3. So Tesla plans to raise as much as $1.15 billion in stock and debt to have more of a cash cushion as it revs up for the launch of the Model 3. They are just burning through cash. The electric car company said Wednesday will offer $250 million in common stock and $750 million in convertible debt, with an option for its underwriters to buy up another 15% of the two offerings. Elon Musk, Tesla CEO, will purchase $25 million of the stock. Tesla stock rose 2% after hours trading Wednesday following the announcement. So Tesla is basically giving more stock to people, giving more opportunity for people to buy stock. They're producing more stock in order to get cash. They're going to use that cash as a cushion as they look to launch the Model 3. But Tesla has been a company that just burns through cash. So they're already research and development. I don't know if that's a good sign or not, but that's what's going on with Tesla. Now let's take a look at what's going on, what we need to know as far as what's going on in the market today. Here's your pre-market info that you need to know. Now, all right, so the stocks continue to shine. Stock markets are shining bright this morning. Investors are reacting to a rate hike by the U.S. Federal Reserve, as well as election results from the Netherlands. The Fed raised its key interest rate by 0.25 percentage points on Wednesday, which was widely expected. Central Bank Chief Janet Yellen publicly expressed her confidence in the robustness of the economy and its resilience to shocks. In the Netherlands, voters turned out in droves to support current Prime Minister Mike Rutte, who was running against far-right candidate Geert Wilders. With 94.3% of votes counted, Rutte's VVD was projected to win 33 seats compared to 20 of Wilders' PVV. I guess those are the two different elections, or two different sides of their electoral, VVD and PVV. I don't know what that stands for. The night is a night for the Netherlands after Brexit, after the American elections, where we said stop it in the wrong kind of populism, Rutte said on Wednesday. Futures up ahead of the bell. European markets moved higher in early trading, with some indexes adding 1% or more. Asian markets ended the day with gains. So the market yesterday was very, very good. United States, the American market was up. European market was up. Asian market was up. There was just a lot of positive quality signs for the market all day yesterday. So great things for the market. Gold prices are up about 2% higher in the wake of the federal rate hike. The U.S. dollar was weaker. So when rates go up, looks like the dollar gets weaker and gold becomes stronger. So that's actually a sign for those that are in foreign exchange, signs for those that are in precious metals. That's kind of what happens as interest rates rise. So here are your market moves. Anglo American, Renault, and GoPro shares in mining giant Anglo American surged by 8% in London after Indian billionaire Anil Agarwal announced he's buying up to $2 billion worth of Anglo shares through his family trust. Shares in automaker Renault were 5% lower on Thursday after French media reported that regulators in the country have concluded that it cheated on its emissions test. Shares in the automaker have fallen by 10% in 2 days. Renault has denied the charges, saying its vehicles are not equipped with cheating software affecting anti-pollution systems. Shares in the biotech firm GoPro look set to surge at the open after the company told investors it was cutting 270 jobs to keep costs down. Here's the earnings economics. Dollar General is set to release earnings before the open, while Adobe Systems and Kraft Brew Alliance plan to release earnings after the close. The Census Bureau released reports on U.S. housing starts and building permits at 8:30 a.m. Also in the news, you got the central bank taking center stage on the heels of the big Fed meeting in Washington. Attention shifts to London, where the Bank of England will announce its interest rate decision. So our big news of the day basically is, the market should be pretty good today. Dollar General will report its earnings before the bell. That's the big company that's on tap. We'll find out what's going on there. I'll report those to you roughly in about an hour with what's going on. Now I want to take a look at some other news that you could use as we head into the market.
There are signs the economy is about.
Don't want to read, don't want to listen to that. Here is where this is very, very interesting. I'll stop here, but Trump wants to cut the smallest part of the federal budget. So we want to talk about this budget for Trump. And again, it's important that we kind of follow the money. So where is Trump investing? Where are they shifting dollars? Where are they going to be putting their money where their mouth is, right? So slashing funding for the IRS, the Coast Guard, and legal aid for the poor would not move the needle on the U.S. state's long-term debt problem. Yet these and other domestic programs are exactly where Donald Trump is expected to focus his proposed budget cuts due out on Thursday. This kind of spending, called non-defense discretionary spending, goes to everything from educational programs to food stamps to foreign aid to technology grants to national parks and museums. Agencies and divisions thought to be in line for big reductions include Environmental Protection Agency, the State Department, the Coast Guard, the National Endowment of the Arts, and the IRS. The cuts have been touted by the White House as signs of Trump's push for fiscal prudence and his desire to root out waste and duplication. But they're also intended to pay for his proposed $54 billion increase in defense and homeland security spending. As it is, spending on non-defense discretionary programs is already historically low. As a share of the economy, it's at its lowest level since 1998 and is well below where it was 50 years ago, according to the data from the Congressional Budget Office. So Trump is looking to defend and secure. That's where a lot of the money will be spent during the Trump administration. So what's more, some of the programs on the president's expected hit list have already seen real cuts. For instance, the Environmental Protection Agency now has less money in absolute terms than it did just years ago, according to the Bipartisan Policy Center. The EPA, which Republicans often accuse of regulatory overreach, is operating with $2 billion less than it did in 2010. And the IRS is now operating with about $900 million less than it did 7 years ago. So meanwhile, the CBO, collective bargaining agreement projects that entitlement spending plus interest, which are the primary drivers of the country's long-term debt, will suck up virtually every tax dollar coming into the federal government, up from 65% today. Trump often has said he does not want to touch the biggest entitlement programs, which are Medicaid or Medicare and Social Security. So here are some areas where Trump is investing, where he's saying, here's where we're going to put our money. We're going to put our money towards defense and put our money towards homeland security. So I think it's very important that we understand that, because again, I believe that we're going to be headed to war soon. And that money that we have funneling into defense is what's going to finance that war. Well, anyway, guys, that's really all I got for you today. Not a whole lot going on the market. I think today will be a good day for the market. So be on the lookout for opportunities as you go out and plunge with your money and looking for investment opportunities. Just remember this, man, that it takes a village and starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. You guys have a wonderful day.
The new Black Wall Street. Thanks you for joining the show. We gave a lot of great tips, but it's time to go. Take the knowledge we shared, hope you use it and grow. We will see you all there at the next episode.